All right. So moving on to the ACC. Number 1 in the ACC, I believe it's Atlantic. Yes.
Yes. The Atlantic and Coastal Conferences. Very creative.
For the Atlantic Coastal Conference.
Yeah, very, very creative.
So Clemson goes 11-1, 7-1 overall. I believe I had them losing to. I don't remember. What happened?
NC State, definitely.
It might have been Miami. I don't remember.
Probably Syracuse.
Yeah, it's definitely Syracuse. Yeah, they're gonna do it again.
Dude, who was the last good player out of Syracuse? Like Jim Brown?
Probably. Probably. Then second, I have Louisville, 9-3, 5-3.
What?
In the conference.
Whoa.
What?
9-3 for Louisville?
I think Louisville can start shifting more to football.
What was their record last year?
It was 8-5.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually surprising me. I didn't know they did that good last year.
Yeah, I know they have no Lamar Jackson.
I have them doing way more.
Do you?
Yeah.
But I think Louisville is making more of a shift to football than basketball, at least a little bit, because they didn't do anything really last basketball season. At least I don't remember them. It's not simple you're making.
It's a little bit.
A little bit.
It's a little bit.
It's a little bit. I think they're going to start putting more towards football because they've shown they can actually put in some work. So yeah, I have them. I'll go 9-3. Then next up, I have
Probably NC State.
yes, NC State. You're correct.
Probably Syracuse.
Yeah.
I got them confused.
So NC State, I never really liked them. I don't know why. They've always just rubbed me the wrong way. Like their logo, it just bothers me.
Dude, it's like, oh my, I don't remember. Okay, now this is off topic, but we brought up logos. So Tim Tebow, right? He's playing like below AAA baseball. Just look up the team that he plays on. Then look up that team. It looks like it looks like a shitty barbecue logo. Okay, just that's all I needed to say. But yeah, I agree. NC State's logo is like pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Ugh, I don't like that. All right.
It'd be better if it was just NCS with red and black instead of the little N and the C inside of the S.
Oh yeah. North Carolina's logo isn't like the actual.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's an N overlapping a C. It looks like someone who didn't know how to use Photoshop tried to make a logo.
Oh yeah. I like the color though. I always like the kind of
the powder blue.
powder blue.
By the way, Chargers powder blue uniforms overrated. Changed my mind.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's another argument for another day.
Bears uniforms from the 1920s are the best uniforms of all time. Changed my mind.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Fucking blue with like yellow stripes. And piss yellow pants. They look like white pants that someone legitimately just peed all over and let sit for the next week. Oh, they're so ugly.
All right. So next I have Wake Forest going 7-5, 4-4 in the conference. I think Wake Forest is a solid team in a pretty hard division.
Yeah.
I
hate you. Oh my god. You just keep talking, man. Talk, Josh.
Down. I could
Here, come right here.
The dog walking around is gonna just ruin. So I'm just gonna put it.
Oh my god, he stood up immediately. He won't sit down, Josh. Jackpot. He won't sit down.
Oh my.
Here, I'll fix this. Come here. Come here. I'm trying not to pull on him too hard. I've got this. Alright. He slipped. He slipped on the floor.
Jack, come here.
I think he's tired now. And when I tried to pick him up, he slipped, though. I couldn't get him.
Exactly. Yeah.
He just... His feet just slid out from underneath him.
Oh, Lord.
His arms are short and stubby. No, but he just slid backwards. And his arms slid off of my hand.
Oh, God.
Okay, we can just continue talking.
Okay, so, yeah, Wake Forest is a solid team. So
We should just leave that in.
we should. We really should.
Yeah, just don't be lazy. Okay, go.
All right. Next up, I believe I have Florida State going 4-8, 3-5. Now that's probably low.
What?
It's probably low. But
Where do you have Boston College? Jesus.
I hate Florida State, and that's complete bias. I'm gonna say they're gonna have a crappy year. I'm probably gonna be wrong, but
I mean, the Broncos got ruthlessly demolished. We'll get to that later too.
actually, yeah. Then next is Boston College. They go 4-8, 2-6 in the conference.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're good players. They graduated because they didn't do bad last year.
That's another thing. Okay, if you're gonna graduate from college and you're an athlete, why not just declare for the draft? Like, there's nothing you lose.
Right.
You do that. The worst case scenario, you don't get drafted, but you still get your degree.
Yeah.
So I don't understand.
Yeah.
That was another thing. Fucking Boston College football players, fucking dumbasses.
I go try.
All right, go ahead. That leaves Syracuse.
Syracuse, yes, they're last, surprisingly. 3-9. Stop.
I'm just petting the dog.
Oh, you're making a bunch of noise.
Fine.
Alright, so Syracuse, I have going 3-9, 1-7 in the conference. Syracuse, not a very great team. They got an upset win last year, but that doesn't do anything for them this year, does it? They're still pretty bad. They're not really good in any conference. I don't see them doing good.
Okay, so in the Atlantic Division of the ACC, I have Clemson going 11-1, 8-0 in the conference. Clemson, I think they're gonna do a repeat of last year. Do really well.
Then lose in the playoffs.
Yeah. I definitely see that happening. Anyways, it's Clemson.
Uh-huh.
I just expect it to happen pretty much. Then next is NC State at 8-4, 5-3. Pretty solid school. I think they're gonna do all right. Like a little bit above average.
Yeah.
Just based on their talent and their schedule. So 8-4, 5-3 in the conference. Then next I have Florida State going 8-4, 4-4 in the conference. Because unlike Josh, I tried my best to keep biases out of this.
Yeah, you're probably more correct than me.
So Florida State pretty much always does decent.
Yeah.
Decent or good. And so I have them going 8-4, 4-4 conference. Next is Wake Forest, 7-5, 4-4 in the conference. They did pretty solid last year, and I definitely see them repeating it again.
Yep.
So that's why I have them there. Then next is Boston College at 6-6, 4-4. Again, they were okay last year, and I could see them, doing pretty similar to last year. But 4-8 also seems pretty fair.
Uh-huh.
I definitely see them doing worse than 6-6. But that's just where I have them. Then next is Louisville at 4-8, 3-4.
Mm.
They did pretty good last year, but they lost Lamar Jackson, and
They lost Jarrett and Alexander.
yeah. So they lost two of their best players,
That's true.
and so I just don't think they're going to do very well next year. Then Syracuse 3-9, 2-6. And, like we said earlier, I think the last good player to come out of Syracuse was Jim Brown. I can't remember any Syracuse greats, really. But, post-60s.
Yeah. Let's see if I can...
there are probably some, but Syracuse just never has really had that good of a football program. Jim Brown, Ernie Davis, yeah.
Oh, Riley Dixon.
Larry Zonka, he's a Hall of Famer. He played in, I believe, the 70s?
Something like that.
Right? I think.
Probably.
Yeah, most likely. But he is in the Hall of Fame. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Drafted in 68, so.
So 70s.
Yeah. That's a weird way to spell Zonka.
Not really.
Kasonka.
Kasonka. Okay, anyways. To the ACC Coastal.
Yes. All right, I have Miami first in the division. That's the dog.
Yeah.
Not me. Now I like Virginia Tech, but honestly, I do see Miami doing well. I do. They're ranked pretty high, and I think for good reason because they're a solid team. So I have them going 11-1.
Yep.
I do believe I have them losing to Virginia Tech. But you know, it's.
I think you have them going
11-1
in conference.
Oh, 7-1.
Okay.
Which it has to be.
Yeah.
Then second in the conference is Virginia Tech. I have them going 9-3, 6-2 in the conference. I like Virginia Tech, so I put them there. And the rest of the conference is not very great. Georgia Tech, actually no. Pittsburgh, going 6-6, 4-4. I could easily see that. I could see them doing worse than that because they're Pittsburgh.
Okay, continue.
Yeah. Yeah, the Pittsburgh. They're not very good. But I don't know if they had lost any star players or anything. So you know,
It's Pittsburgh.
It's Pittsburgh.
You know, I don't understand, but college teams, whenever they lose like really good players, they'll either do bad for a year, and they'll bounce right back, or they'll do pretty much just the same consistently.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, college prestige doesn't just change overnight.
Right. Yeah.
So they're still going to get recruits and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, that's why a lot of our predictions are going to be pretty
similar to what they
similar.
were last year.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of who went, except I obviously had Louisville doing a lot worse.
Yeah. Unless you're like UCF, you're probably going to be easy to predict.
Yeah. Most schools do, like, play very similarly, regardless of what really happens, like, with players leaving.
Uh-huh.
At least for a few years.
Right.
Except UCF. If you look at UCF's records since they were founded, they pretty much just go all over the place.
Yeah. Then next on the list, Georgia Tech, 6-6 overall, 3-5 in the conference. Georgia Tech's always been kind of a mad team, but in their specific conference is kind of weak, so I see them doing okay.
Like their division.
Yeah, division.
Yeah.
Because the Coastal's actually,
yeah.
I mean, Atlantic's actually good, so.
Yeah.
Decently good. The next I have Virginia. I have it going 5-7 overall, 3-5 in the conference.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fair. I could see them getting less, but probably not much more than 5 wins.
Mine have all been pretty similar to yours, so.
Then, I believe...
I pretty much just agree, so, yeah.
North Carolina, second to last. 3-9, 3-5 in the conference.
Holy shit, how bad is Duke gonna be?
They're gonna be bad. Yeah, they get those 3 wins because they're kind of weak in Coastal. So finally, Duke. They go 3-9 overall, but they go 0-8 in the conference.
Oof.
Because the people they do play out of conference are decently weak. Like,
well, yeah,
really weak.
That's usually how it works with out-of-conference play.
Yeah.
Because I noticed that for a lot of teams, it's just everyone that they played out-of-conference was either really bad or on the verge of being really bad.
Yeah, unless it's like a rivalry game, generally you don't see much.
So, that wraps up Josh's ACC Coastal predictions. So, mine are all going to be pretty similar, actually. But, so first I have Virginia Tech. I have them going 11-1, 7-1 in the conference. And I actually think that I had Miami beat Virginia Tech.
Okay.
So, I pretty much just swapped them.
Okay.
And then Miami, I have going 10-2, 6-2 in the conference.
Sure.
You know, Miami's usually pretty good.
Yeah.
So I have them there. Then next I have Pitt going 7-5, 5-3 in the conference. I definitely think that I should have Pitt losing more games. But again, they had a pretty easy schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing too difficult there, so
Yeah.
that's why they are. I have them where they are. Next, Georgia Tech and Virginia. I have both of them at 6-6, 3-5, and they're both usually pretty average, like below average to average teams, usually.
Yeah.
And then next, I actually have Duke going 5-7, 2-6. I definitely think that's a little high.
A little bit.
Because Duke is 100% a basketball school.
Right.
I don't think any good football players go to Duke.
No.
You know, I think they go to places like Clemson and Alabama.
Yeah. And the first overall pick is quarterback from Duke.
And then last I have North Carolina going 3-9, 1-7 in the conference. North Carolina's just hasn't been good.
No.
You know, for a little while. At least.
In football.
Well, yeah, in football. So I have North Carolina going 3-9, 1-7 in the conference. Last in the division. And I believe tied for last. Yeah, tied for last in the entire conference with Syracuse.
All right. So, conference championship game. I have Clemson versus Miami.
Surprise.
And while I like Miami, I do see Clemson winning that game, 28-10.
So, I'm actually kind of curious now. What makes you like Miami?
What makes me like Miami?
Yeah.
Well, basically, generally, I like the colors. Very good colors. Orange.
That's like how an 8-year-old
I know.
team.
I really don't have a lot of reasons, just because I just like
You
them.
just do.
Yeah, I just do. I mean, it's like, why do I like the Broncos? I just do. I mean,
yeah, I guess that's fair. I mean, I have reasons for liking the Bears, though. They were my dad's favorite team, and they're the closest professional franchise to Cedar Rapids.
Mm.
So,
yeah. And the Miami Hurricanes are the best football team in Miami.
Miami of Ohio.
Oh, Lord.
Different Miami, but still Miami.
Yeah.
So, in the conference championship, again, Miami and Virginia Tech were flipped. So, I have Clemson and Virginia Tech. And I have Clemson winning that game 42-20. You know, I think it's gonna end up being a blowout. I also like Miami, by the way.
Yeah.
But that's because the greatest kick returner of all time, who played for my favorite team for most of his career, went there.
All right. I should talk about Devin Hester.
Next, we're going to talk about it. Okay, quick question. Devin Hester, Hall of Famer, yes or no?
No.